This topic will be about the illusion of the ego, since we're speaking about the ego. Many times we are caught up into believing that I can control things. They ask us to have a plan. What would you like to do 5 years from now? Where would you like to be 10 years from now? And even we can use that in an interview process, and depending on the type of answer that we get, that we like, then the person gets hired. And in reality, this is just reality. We don't know where we're going to be in 10 years from now. I can say this is what I would like to, this is what I want to do. But those wants and desires, if they are not fulfilled, then basically I will be unhappy. I would like something to happen and then that doesn't happen. That is a desire. And I can just write or say some beautiful things, so the other person, is shocked or is happy by hearing those things. And even though they may be lies, the other person is happy with it. So that is how we have constructed this society. You just talk things basically to make somebody else happy. Whether those things are true or are not true, it doesn't matter. And that basically, that search for something that is nice without actually going into the truth, is because we have the need to protect what we feel is our truth, because we feel comfortable with a particular tradition, with a particular understanding. And the path of truth is not like that. That is why we see many times that people defend so much what they believe in, and in that sense they get close to any type of learning, of any type of openness to another thought, another idea. And this causes problems, this causes trouble, this causes wars, this causes friction. And as we can see, it's all just ego. And right now, any human being that is out there, that is just going through a 9-to-5 job and going through a circular type of life of waking up, eating breakfast, going to work, going to school, relating with people, and then after that coming back home, watching TV, staying late, watch the computer, and go to bed again on a repetitive fashion. Then all those traditions, all those things that we're being fed by the media, fed by different traditions, by other people that we take as superior, that we take as holy, that we take as different things, and that have influence over us. All those things become what we believe in, and then we defend those things. So we proudly say that we are willing to die for those beliefs, and that is just ego. So the understanding of that ego and how it moves us is a tremendous leap in a life of self-fulfillment. And I say that because we have the understanding that things happen all the time, internally, externally, and they become trigger for a certain movement, for a certain belief, for a certain action. We react. That reaction is based on something which I like or I didn't like. Duality. The realm of duality is the realm of ego. The escape of that, if you would, which is actually no escape, because this duality doesn't really exist, but in our minds. We're attached to some things, like the physical body. We're attached to the role that this physical body also plays. And because of that attachment that we have, then we experience ego. I have developed a personality, I have developed a being which is a static being, which I don't want it to change. And then I feel sad when I see the change. First of all, every day when I wake up and I look at the mirror, I see age coming. I see disease coming. I see death of loved ones coming. And all those things, just which at one point in time gave me happiness, now all of a sudden they are giving me sorrow, which is the understanding of duality, the yin and yang. You take one path, select, let's say, suffering, and you end up in happiness. That's what we know as a masochist. On the other hand, we can select something that gives us pleasure, and we will end up in pain sooner or later. This is the world of duality. So to be outside that world means to have experienced the self as a spiritual self, which is beyond duality. And to experience the self as an eternal being. In that way, we can see that I'm experiencing just a particular role in a particular time, and that there have been other times when I had different roles, and that other times will happen when I will have yet other different roles, different bodies, because we are eternal. Then we can see how ego, any illusion of I am a lawyer, I'm behaving as such, or I am a computer programmer and thinking in that way, in duality, zeros and ones, on and off, is either right or wrong. We get compressed into the acceptance of duality, and then we suffer because of that. Because nothing is static, everything moves, and choosing one side eventually becomes the other side, and it's just an ever-moving circle or cycle. So ego can be very profound to understand, to see, and the only type of freedom that we can experience is freedom from that ego. And once we have that freedom, then there is the experience of something new, where there is no experiencer, but it's just the experience. And that is what we call oneness. When there is that oneness going on, this is what in, for instance, Taoism, they call the Tao. Actions do happen because the universe self-preserves itself, which is, if you want to call it, the purpose of the universe is just self-preservation. Things go from high entropy to low entropy endlessly, and we're just part of that plot. And by being part of that plot, we express a particular role in a particular time, like actors, but at the same time we experience different things in a particular role in a particular time. Even the awareness of time is paradoxical. There is time as long as I have the consciousness of being dual, the body, the role, and that consciousness of time disappears as long as I become spiritual, as I have the awareness of the spiritual being. So the truth is paradoxical, one more time. The truth can be grasped according to the awareness of a certain individual. As my awareness, so is my understanding.